So not all hobbies are as dangerous as this one. So this tool right here is pretty dangerous. And no, I'm not just talking about this one, I'm talking about all tufting guns. But surely you can prevent things from happening, right? I'll start from the smallest to the largest safety tips. So make sure you watch everything. Number 1, if something gets stuck in the gun, turn it off. Simple, right? I've had yarn stuck in the gun before, which happens when you have the gun tilted, which exposes this gear right here, allowing the yarn that's flowing through here to hit the gear and it gets sucked into the wheel. Which I will say this again, turn the gun off before you try to fix anything. I made the mistake of not turning the gun off and I got my finger stuck in between the gear and the metal piece right here. Luckily that did not happen on live stream and I did not catch it on camera, but it's definitely something that did happen. It was more so on this side actually, but yeah, just be careful. The way that you can fix it is by turning the gun off, taking scissors, snipping the yarn, and then pulling it out with tweezers. And you should be able to fix that within like a minute or so. Number 2 is making sure that you have everything plugged in correctly. I know what you're thinking.
I know that.
I say this because you're working with a highly flammable object. And no, I'm not talking about the gun. I wouldn't be recommending it to you. I'm talking about the yarn. And if you are a tufter, you're gonna have a lot of it. Number 3 has to go to tack strips. They literally get me every single time. It is painful and annoying. Now to fix this, I've seen tufters use rubber gloves with rubber tips. I've also seen people use pool noodles cut in half and slapped onto the frame, which honestly I don't think is a bad idea. It's pretty smart. Next is glue. I use 3 different types of glue, which means I have 3 chances to screw everything up. I'll start with carpet glue and spray glue. I use mats underneath to prevent anything from falling onto the floor or even just the spray getting on the floor. To give you insight, I used the spray glue on a white table that you guys might have seen in my previous videos. That spray got all over the table and it was extremely sticky and hard to get off. Though if you decide that you still want to fix the problem, I would recommend using Goo Gone to get everything off. Now, I've said this in my previous videos, but please just wear a mask. Not only wear a mask, but have high ventilation. Make sure that there's a window in the room or something. Just open a door, you know? While you're creating a rug, you don't want to feel like Travis Scott. Next is hot glue. I shouldn't have to warn you about that, it's in the name. Number 5, shaving. These yarn fibers do not sit well and are not supposed to go into your nose. When these pieces are cut into fine little shreds of yarn, they can fly around your room and you can potentially breathe them in. It's recommended to wear a mask and vacuum after shaving every time. Number 6, we're getting up on the line here where it gets a little bit more dangerous. Do not put your hands in the gun. Matter of fact, don't even put it in the front of it. These right here are scissors and they are dangerous. They're used to take the yarn, cut it, and push it through the fabric, which leaves you with the perfect rug that you like. But once again, I will say that it is very dangerous. Number 7, I actually thought of this recently because I went to a restaurant and I was served food with a hair in it. I'm not gonna out this restaurant, but what I will say is this is kind of the same thing with tufting. Though you should be worried about your customer getting hair on it, I'd be more worried about your hair getting stuck in the gear. Remember safety tip number 1 where I talked about the yarn getting stuck into the gun? Well, if you have long hair, don't make that mistake because it can happen. It can certainly happen. I'm not going to bring this up in great detail, but do you guys remember the video with the girl, the drill, and the corn? What happened to her hair? I mean, I know that happened a couple of years ago, but that's still actively what can happen, so please be careful. Number 8, for those who use the more expensive items such as electric scissors, please from the bottom of my heart be careful. I've seen a fellow tufter by the name of Redback Rugs almost cut off her finger, which is really scary. I mean, with these, I can only go so fast. We all know what a snapping turtle can do. Imagine that being faster and also repeating itself 1,000 times over. It's highly dangerous, but it's highly effective. Though I'm really glad she's okay and she recovered, it does not mean that everyone will be as lucky. If you guys thought of anything else to put on this list, please let me know in the comment section below and help out the community. And if you guys are new to tufting, watch this video right over here. It will teach you everything you need to know as a beginner. I will see you guys next time. Peace.